Every day of our lives, most of us wander through life doing mundane activities and generally minding our own business. But what if your life wasn't all it's cracked up to be? What if you were told that you were about to undertake a life-changing surgery? My name is Dasha Smith, and this is a story about how a teenage girl has beaten all the odds and faced one of her biggest fears, to go under the knife. I'll be finding out what it's like to have a spine operation and how scoliosis has changed her life. This has subsequently left her in pain, but she has come out to be stronger.
I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, ricochet. You take your aim. Far away, you shoot me down, but I won't fall.
Jennifer never knew she had a spine condition. Scoliosis affects people differently and can often be gone unnoticed. Jen has always been an ordinary child, outgoing, ambitious, courageous, as most people with scoliosis are able to live normal lives and can do most activities. It doesn't tend to cause any pain, but some people notice it more than others and prefer to undergo a life-changing surgery. As a teenager, Jen had discovered some shocking news that she never expected to hear, and explains what she has gone through.
I'm Jennifer White, I'm 21, and this is my story. I was diagnosed with scoliosis when I was 17 years old. Scoliosis is like a curvature of the spine, so the spine is like meant to be straight, and scoliosis is when it's curved. Mine was, because it's done in degrees, like how many degrees you have a curve. Mine was, I think, 65 degrees, so mine was quite a severe curve. How I found out was I noticed that my hip was kind of sticking out in pictures and stuff like that, and clothes wouldn't fit me quite right. My mum would just think that like it was the way I was like posing like for pictures. But then eventually like we started to like look a bit closer at my back, and it was actually when I was like getting fitted for like a bra, that was when my mum noticed like, oh, her back doesn't look quite right.
So when you finally saw that first x-ray, how did you feel?
The first x-ray I ever saw, and I was like completely shocked. My spine was like a S shape, like it was so weird, and I was thinking to myself like, that's not me, that can't be me, and it was so strange. And then I remember I woke up from a surgery, and apparently the surgeon had been on, I don't remember because I was like on all the drugs that they gave me and stuff, and the surgeon gave me a picture and I was looking at it, and it was literally like my spine was straight and there were like these little metal bits holding it up, and it was just so weird. I was just looking at it and I was like, that's crazy, like I can't believe that's me, it's mad.
So at such a young and vulnerable age, how did it make you feel, the fact that you had to go and face that on your own, essentially?
It was really hard, like especially having all my family there when I went in, and then just the most important time, they all had to leave, and it was really hard being on my own because I was kind of at that age where I was starting to mature. I was going off to uni, I was living my own life, but I also still wanted my mum. It was really difficult, like in the middle sort of time, and I still wanted my mum with me. Yeah. I'm really close to my mum, and it was just so hard. Like I needed, and that was when I realised that like no matter how old you are, you always need your parents with you. I knew nothing about scoliosis, no clue what it was, no idea, and that was when I saw my x-ray for the first time, and I was like, that can't be me, like that has got to be someone else. And I was kind of kidding myself a bit, like I was going, it's not that bad, but then I looked at it and I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, everything was just sort of a blur. Like I remember them wheeling me down and they took me into this little room, and it looked like the back of Asda, like, you know, like with the curtains, like the plastic curtains. Yeah. It was just really strange. I didn't realise that was the operating room, and I think if I'd have realised I would have panicked a lot more. And I remember I was looking at my dad, and my dad was just saying to me like, why did you say that? And I didn't know what I'd said, and I was just, because of like all the drugs and stuff, and everyone was around me, and it was just really nice. It was literally just like a blink of an eye. I woke up and they were just all there.
And what about the pain that you went through following the operation?
It was probably the worst feeling that I've ever felt in my life. It was just, especially standing up for the first time, it's so weird because not only are you in pain because you've just had surgery, your whole body is changed. Like I was used to being on the side, and now suddenly I'm like up straight. My whole anatomy is changed, and it's just such a weird pain because like, obviously you've got the pain from the surgery, like the pain, but then you've got like the dull ache of like your bones and your muscles, and obviously I don't remember it exactly now, but I just remember like I'd wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I'd just feel stiff, especially like because the pain I could deal with, like I had meds for that, but it was just like the stiffness of like, you know, your whole spine's been moved and you're up straight and you're like, oh, and I felt like I couldn't breathe and I couldn't sit up for longer than 2 minutes, so I wouldn't be in the kitchen making a cup of tea because it was hard to walk, and my mum made me do like little exercises just to make me like walk up the road every day to try and get like movement back.
This is Jennifer White. One small step for Jen, one huge step for...
I had a dream before that like my hips were even, so it was so weird looking in the mirror and being like, oh my god, it's literally a dream come true. It was so strange. Oh god, it's emotional.
Jen no longer has a curved spine. She was able to recover from her surgery and enjoys maintaining the fast-paced life she now lives. So, with a straight back and head held high, she encourages other young people diagnosed with scoliosis to have faith and know that there is hope after surgery.
And what advice would you give to those who might be going through the same procedure in the future?
I would say, even though people will tell you it's hard and it hurts and it's awful, it's not as bad as you imagine, and you're stronger than you think, and you can get through it, and you'll look back and you'll be so proud of yourself and just keep going no matter how much it hurts or how much you're scared. Like it's the best decision you could ever make because it just feels so great, and even though it was painful, I would go back and do it again if I had to. I would.